Free Minds was started at the University of Texas in 2006, but it was designed from the beginning as a partnership between UT and ACC and Foundation Communities, which is an affordable housing nonprofit in town, with the idea that these three organizations each have something to give to this population of students. It's for adults who have faced barriers to education, maybe because they grew up in families where people hadn't had educations, maybe didn't even finish high school.
I don't have a college background. I've spent most of my time working in my life raising my sons. I currently work 2 jobs and go to school. This is exciting for me.
I've been to college before, but I've been out since '09, and so coming through this Free Minds program, it provides the support that any adult who, a lot of us, we work, we go to school, or we raise a family.
I was actually staying at a shelter at Safe Place, and I was there when they came to do a presentation. I got the flyer and applied and kept my fingers crossed and got in.
To be very honest with you, I was incarcerated for several years for some mistakes that I made early on in life. And I have this desire to be more than that. I want to be a productive citizen.
That's another goal, to break the cycle of no one in my family has ever gone to college, and I plan to break that cycle with my own children.
Professors from UT teach in the program, but professors from ACC also teach in the program, as well as a graduate student from UT who teaches writing. And then Foundation Communities gives us a home in the community. Our program is a course in the humanities, so it really focuses on these bigger questions that human beings have been asking over time and the various ways in which we go about answering them.
You can never get enough Shakespeare, and he's really prominent in this course. And then F. Scott Fitzgerald and Alice Walker, and just authors that I've always admired and really love their work. So
they smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness or whatever it was that kept them together, and let other people clean up the mess they had made.
We teach the course in units, and we have, for example, this year a unit in literature, one in politics, sometimes in other years that's been history, a humanities unit, a creative writing unit, and then a regular writing unit.
We're going to celebrate you finishing your papers by having you share the sentence that you were most proud of. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask you to stand up, to own your sentence, to read your sentence aloud. Don't give us context. Don't say, I read about this, and this paragraph is about this, and all these things like that. Give us the sentence and let us celebrate that sentence.
I felt a sense of foreboding right from the first paragraph, as if in her florid explanation of homespun perfection, the author intended the reader's unease.
Gatsby had become blind and deaf by his own obsessive desire to prove his own worth to her and to the world around him.
This tells us that money can buy you fancy clothes, exotic homes, and extraordinary cars, but it cannot buy you happiness or satisfaction.
The struggle must remain alive so that the people of color can survive. This is a debt we owe to the innocent people, our future, our children.
The students have amazing stories to tell, and it's a really rewarding place to teach because they have rich, full lives that they bring to the page, and really powerful stories.
This class gives me a chance to express how I feel, to take constructive criticism from others, to listen to how others feel, and to sharpen my skills, because one day I want to write a book. And after I got my constructive criticism, and you looked over my paper for me, and you showed me where I missed things, I felt like I hadn't done my best. And when I went to Lane, I cried. It's just really emotional for me when I can't get something. I know. And I want this so bad. I live, breathe for this program. This is all I talk about.
We're always walking this line between this really high level of support and then these really high expectations. So we want to create an environment where people who maybe have felt shut out of the system feel safe to go in and try something new and see what they're capable of. But we don't do them any favors if we make it just an easy class.
It's unlikely that anyone's going to turn in their very first paper and nail it, right? That's how you learn, is by turning something in, getting some feedback, changing a few things the next time, getting some feedback, changing a few things the next time. That's why you don't come and do one paper over 9 months, right? And that would be one option, to be like, all right, you're gonna have a 20-page research paper at the end of your 9 months of 3 minds. Well, everyone will fall on their face.
What we're doing is we are writing and reading what's called ekphrastic poetry. So first we're going to move through some of these galleries and we're going to look at some poems that Texas poets wrote in responses to works of art here in the museum. And we're going to talk about how people approach writing in response to art.
What we try to do as a faculty is each semester come up with a larger question that we're all asking, so that the students can explore a question and then look at how that question is answered in different ways through different disciplines. So in the fall of this year, our question was, what are the rights and responsibilities of being a citizen? And we chose that as a faculty because we were in an election year.
I'm 41 years old. I've had I've always registered to vote for 23 years, but I never executed my right to vote. It was the awareness of the politics that we're studying, decided to take a stand and start a new tradition that instead of just, registering, that I would take a stand and vote.
The authority of politicians basically resides right up here in your head. And you decide whether to grant anybody authority.
There's really a focus on professors as facilitators of conversation as opposed to lecturers. And there's a focus on how knowledge comes from around the table. People may not be accustomed to being in a group conversation like that. They may not trust their opinions. They may not trust their own analysis of a text.
We are actually, I think, a family. The unconventional way of learning has really helped a lot of us, I believe. With me, it has. It's inspired me to do even more.
In a larger sense, I feel like what we love to see coming out of the class is students really connecting to their higher aspirations for themselves and their families. That through building that confidence and through being in a space where they are wanted, respected, honored for what they have to contribute, they start seeing themselves in a different way.
One day, reaching the top of the mountain to clearly see my way through. I am determined to climb over that mountain with knowledge and wisdom to pave the way to help someone else reach their destiny too.
So many of them feel like they're in a place where they want to give back, where maybe they went through really hard circumstances and somebody stepped in and helped turn the corner for them, and they now feel a sense of responsibility for making that happen for other people. When they complete the class, they earn 6 credit hours. So for some students, these are the first college credits that they've ever earned, maybe the first college credits anyone in their family has ever earned, and they're theirs. They're transferable. They can take them wherever they go. Our goal is that when people leave, they are doing college level writing. So if they step from Free Minds into another class that requires college level writing, they know what an essay is, their writing is clean, and they're ready to get going.
Wow, I am so excited. I'm already signed up for summer school at ACC. I graduated with a B, 3.0 grade point average. Never thought I'd be able to do that, but I did.
This is a big day. It's a big day. It's an accomplishment. The 9 months was a challenge, especially when you're balancing work, school, and family.
To me, I was a convicted felon. Now, I'm so much more than that. I'm so much more of a person than that. I do everything better now. I write better emails. The way I read a book is not even the same after Free Minds. Everything is more enhanced. I take my time. I analyze things. I look and see how the plot of the story fits in the bigger picture of life. I'm really happy.
It's been a wonderful, positive experience. I met some amazing people. My professors are massive human beings, and I've just had the best time. I wish it wasn't ending, actually.
You did it. In spite of trials and tribulations, some that only you may know about. In spite of whatever, you fill in the blank. You did it. And tonight, we applaud you.
If you get a chance, take this program. If you get a chance, give to this program. So this program can keep going to help other individuals, maybe someone in your own family that might get a chance to go to school and start their life all over from a donation from you to Free Minds so Free Minds can keep going. That's it.